Disclaimer: we have no art skills whatsoever, so don't expect much. Today, we're going to be talking about the Columbian Exchange. The Columbian Exchange was the exchange of goods and ideas like foods, diseases, and animals between Europe, the Old World, and America, the New World. It all started with Columbus, who was commissioned by the King and Queen of Spain to find a new route to India. Of course, he didn't find India. Instead, he bumped into the Caribbean and found America. Merca. Both regions had food and crops to offer the other. Europeans brought things like wheat, barley, rice, and bananas. Yes, bananas. Americans offered things like maize, tobacco, and potatoes to Europe. The potato became the staple crop for Ireland, which turned out to be a bad thing when the potato blight of the 1840s rolled around. These crops that Americans offered helped Europeans to have a longer lifespan and increase their population. Animals were also exchanged between the Old World and the New World. Before Europeans arrived, America had llamas, alpacas, dogs, and guinea pigs, nothing like the domesticated livestock of the Old World. With the arrival of the Europeans came the arrival of cattle, sheep, goats, and horses. The horses of the Old World became a huge asset to the Native Americans. Tribes throughout the country began using them, especially those on the Great Plains, because it made it easier for them to catch a bison. There were also dangers with this Columbian exchange. I'm talking about diseases. When Europeans arrived, they started getting frisky with the Indians and were exposed to syphilis, which in turn made it back to Europe. The Native Americans were exposed to diseases from Europe which they had never experienced before, such as malaria, yellow fever, influenza, and smallpox. Because the Native Americans had no immune system for these diseases, their populations were decimated, especially by smallpox. This rapid decline in Native American population made it easy for Europeans to swoop in and take all the land for themselves. So there you have it, the Columbian Exchange. There were good things and bad things about it, but without it, we wouldn't have the world we have today.